2002. On my birthday, I released version 1.0. And at that point, I had already a lot of feedback, and I'd already added language support and some other features. Someone in Saudi Arabia paid me $600 to write a quiz module, which was, at the time, because I was very poor, was quite good money. So I did it in a week, writing the first quiz module. So, yeah, it took a few years. Now, the second question was, why should people choose Moodle for corporate, an organisation? It's the same reasons as you use it anywhere else. It's open source, it's a growing project, it's a developing, to become part of a community that's a developing thing. Obviously, you know, if it matters to you, it is free, so you can just get it and try it and use it. Also, I think the collaborative aspects of Moodle give you more than most training solutions do. Most corporate training does seem to be very, very focused on the skills, the competencies, watching videos, answering questions. You can do all that in Moodle. But we have more, we have a lot more. And we have a lot of people in the Moodle community working on modules specifically for that kind of use in the corporate environment. Plus we have Moodle partners who also provide support for that situation. And so really everything's covered. So I don't tend to sell Moodle. You know, I'm not going to say Moodle's better than this because of this. I'm just working on Moodle because I'm trying to make something worthwhile. And if people use it, then good. If you don't want to use it, fine, do something else. But yeah. There are a lot of people using Moodle in corporate environment.
Pregunta de Joana Prieto, voy a recomponerla un poquito porque creo que es bien relevante. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre el contenido pensado para leer y lo que uno puede hacer, digamos, en Moodle, o la diferencia con e-learning?
I don't understand actually. Context for to be read.
Yeah. What's the difference between content, just content as you would do for reading sequentially? What's the difference between that and what you can do with?
Oh, well, okay. It's a very good leading question. So Moodle has these collaborative modules. I know lots of Moodle courses that don't have any content. Right? If you have a good teacher who understands what they're doing, they are getting the students to create the content. Every time. If they do the same course every year, you wipe the course, you can start again. You give the teachers, you give the students the ability to create content. Here's an example. We have the database module. You could say it's a high school level kind of a course, any level. You could say to your students, here's an empty database. I've created the fields, and perhaps they're studying biology. So you might say to the students, go out with your phones into the world, around Bogota. I want you to look for plants that are native to the area. I want you to take photographs of them. I want you to find them on the internet, research them, discover their Latin names, find the history of these plants, then come back and I want you to put this into our database in the course. Fill in the fields, put the photos in, and create a database of plants around Bogota. And then, that is the basis for the next activity. The next activity in Moodle might be, for assignments, I want you to take two entries from the database that were not yours, so from other students, and I want you to compare them or contrast them or something. And that's an assignment. And then maybe you use a workshop module so that the assignment is actually a peer assignment, and you get the students to grade each other according to criteria that you as the teacher give them. Right? And so you're building activities after activities. The students are doing all the content, you're just providing the framework. So that's what Moodle is good at, it's these sequencing of activities. And then later on, you're talking about these biology forums. Those database entries, the Latin names, perhaps, are now automatically linked. They are automatic hyperlinks in the forums. And so if you ever forget what a plant was, and it's mentioned in the forum, you click and it comes comes up as a link to the database. So it's all about this mixing of activities and planning how you use them together. That's the main thing.
Vamos con una pregunta del público.
Algunos proyectos de software libre como Jamilo y están haciendo una diferenciación entre
He can't hear you. Sorry. Is the mic on?
Prende el micrófono.
Mi español es muy malo, yo voy a hacer en inglés. Some projects like Chamilo or Claroline Docus try to separate LMS from LCMS, from the driving for learner or for driving for professor. It's a question about flipped classrooms or, I don't know, individualized learning. What Moodle is going on? To focus on the learning, focus on the teacher, or you think we can do, I think Moodle is really good to do both. What do you think Moodle is going to choose, or trying to accommodate the both theories?
Sure. That was why on my keynote presentation, I put a love mark for teachers. I'm not ashamed to say we're more focused on helping teachers. I'm about giving teachers the power to create the learning experiences that they think their students need. The internet is the main, talking about personalised learning, that's what the internet is, that's what this is, right? So on this device, I have access to whatever I want around the world, and I can choose to learn this here and learn this here, and I can build my own learning platform, which is this. But if you choose to go to this university or this school or this company, they are providing one learning experience for you. And that's the Moodle, where Moodle is. So for me, I focus on Moodle being a tool for teachers. I never called it a learning management system, it's a course management system. And it really is focused on the course as a unit of learning and giving teachers first. So, of course, within a Moodle site, we also think about learners and their experience, of course. But, yeah, teach the first.
Bien. Luis Pachón pregunta lo siguiente. ¿Cómo podemos usar Moodle para gamificar un curso con las características actuales de la plataforma?
Well, you can make a game out of anything. I assume you have children, a lot of you. I make games all the time. That's how we get through supermarket shopping. You know, I'll just invent a game. Who can find this first, or who can, little things. So, give me a feedback here. Oh, I see why. Maybe it's not there. So, if you're a creative teacher, you can find ways to make games everywhere. There were some good examples yesterday of games that were external pieces of software, Flash or websites, that you can include into Moodle. So if you can find one of those, there's many on the internet, it's very easy to include them in Moodle as a resource. Just sort of add the resource, you have the link. Many of these external games will let you send information to them, such as the name of the person who is the player name. And in the Moodle resource, if you look in the advanced settings, you can send that sort of information to the web page. You can send the name of the current person. You can send all sorts of user profile details to that game, and then the game looks personalised for them. So that's one very simple way of adding a game. Another way to make a game is to use something like badges and some of the, let's stick with badges right now. So you can say, to win this badge, you need to get through all the activities. And if you use conditional activities, so you have to do this one before you do that one, it becomes like a game to get through all the activities and win the badge at the end. Another way to make a game, you can make word games. So in a forum, you can set some rules. Depends on the subject. But you set some rules, and you're restricting the behaviour and saying you can only reply in this way to this thing. And so you can have a game in a forum if you're creative enough. There's some other modules that have been written in Moodle. If you look at Moodle plugins, there's something called the game module. And it will take questions from the quiz database and make games out of them. The game module is quite interesting. And actually, one of our developers at work at Moodle, because we have a thing at Moodle every 6 weeks or so, the developers get 1 week to work on whatever they want, their own projects. And one of them, for his project last week, was working on a new game module that also took information out of the Moodle, out of various parts of Moodle, and was making nice games out of them. So, yeah, there's lots of ways. I'm sure you can think of more, but I think it was a session earlier about it. We talked enough.
¿Alguna pregunta del público?
Roger Escobar pregunta lo siguiente, me llamó bastante la atención. ¿En qué se ha pensado para que los profesores que no saben de plugins puedan construir contenidos más dinámicos para sus alumnos? Obviamente dentro de la plataforma Moodle.
Teachers who don't know the phrase. So, well, yeah, I really think a creative teacher can do anything. But some of the things I was describing are ways to use the existing tools to do interesting things. I'm not sure what the question meant actually. The thing about plugins is, yes, you need the administrator to install plugins, and there is a maintenance process because Moodle upgrades, you have to make sure plugins upgrade, and so there is heavy work there. Not always heavy, but there's work there that perhaps a teacher who's not technologically inclined to handle themselves. So you need an administrator or some technical support. But there is a very wide range of plugins out there, and people doing interesting things. Yeah, I'm not sure what else the question was asking. I still have my question.
Muy bien.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's my question. One question. I'm not sure how we're going to answer this, but what is the, this is for people who use Moodle a lot as a teacher, right? What is the worst thing about Moodle? What is the thing that annoys you the most? No, some answers. You had a turn already, so I'm going to ask someone else. Yeah, drive the shirt. Who's that?
Bueno, empiezo por lo que más me gusta, que...
Bueno, como tal no me desempeño como profesor, sino como administrador de la plataforma en la empresa en la que trabajo. Y el comentario más seguido que recibo sobre la plataforma es que el sistema de calificaciones se vuelve muy tedioso. ¿Ya? Tener que estar, por ejemplo, revisando las notas y estar calificando puntualmente persona a persona. Muchas veces he recibido la sugerencia de por qué no ellos les queda mucho más fácil hacer el control de las calificaciones de las actividades vía Excel y poderlas subir a la plataforma. Es una sugerencia que me han dado. Personalmente ese ha sido como el mayor descontento de las personas que han tenido que interactuar como profesores con respecto a los cursos. Algo que sí también notábamos que mejoró de la versión 1.9 que teníamos hasta el año pasado, hasta los 2.5.3 que tenemos en la actualidad, es la parte de la administración de las actividades. Antes en la 1.9 uno no podía descargarlas de